Hi everyone. I'm here to talk to you today about why you should not get a pet around the holidays. Now this might seem like a funny thing for a veterinarian to say, because I certainly do want you to get a pet, but timing is everything, right? So this video was inspired by a Facebook post that I saw from a local animal rescue group that said something like, "Wouldn't it be great to bring a pet home for Christmas?" The answer is no. It would not be great. It would not be great at all. And I'm here to tell you why. And just to give you a little bit of background about this, there's a very good reason why I'm passionate on this topic. Giving pets for the holidays is luckily a tradition that has pretty much died out, or definitely died down in North America at least. It used to be pretty common back in like the 50s and 60s. In fact, I remember hearing horror stories from an older veterinarian that I worked with as a student who said that back in the 60s and 70s, when he was just starting out, it would not be uncommon for people to get a puppy for Christmas and then just drop the dog off at the shelter in June when it was time for the summer holiday, or come to the vet and say, "Hey, we're going away for a couple weeks. Can you please put our dog down? Thanks, doc." This actually happened. I've never heard of this happening in my career or with any of my peers. And, according to this old fellow that I talked to, it was something he has stopped seeing around the 80s as people's attitudes towards animals changed. But it blows my mind. But this was actually a thing. This is how people behaved. And, I mean, it still kind of happens because there's always an uptick in shelter populations in North America and UK and Australia right after Christmas. So you still do get those Christmas animals that end up being surrendered to the shelters after the holiday. So it's still happening, but at least it's not quite as callous and prevalent as it was back in the 60s and 70s. And I mean, it to me, it sounds completely insane to give a living creature as a gift. But, certainly, if you watch the wrong Christmas movies, you see, the Labrador puppy stumbling around under the Christmas tree, and the kids are all happy, and the puppy's wagging its tail and rolling its back. And it looks like a jovial, idyllic Christmas scene until you realize that that puppy's terrified and is basically just trying to tell you, "Oh my God, I'm harmless. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me." And then quietly peeing on the carpet off screen out of anxiety. Because that's actually what happens in those scenarios. So not really a good scene, but it's still something that happens. And I'm not here to tell you not to give a pet as a Christmas present because, I mean, really, if you're watching this channel, you probably don't need to be told that. If you really hate your friends, give their kids a drum set or one of those little electric things that makes noise when you press a button. Or maybe some non-erasable markers, right? That's all excellent passive-aggressive gifts because they will not harm an animal's life. Look, I think we can all agree that Claudia here is an adorable little beastie, right? Yes. But, if she was given to me as a present, this is a present that jumps on my chest in the middle of the night, brings crinkly little cat toys at obnoxious o'clock in the morning, poops in a litter box when I have friends over, right? Yeah, every time friends come over, somebody poops in the litter box. Good timing. So not really something somebody would appreciate out of the blue. I appreciate you, Claudia. Appreciate you so much. Right, run free. So a pet is not an ideal present and should never be given as something for the holidays. I mean, look at this. You try to make YouTube videos at home and they just come up and demand attention and wave their tail in front of the screen. Pets are disruptive. They're wonderfully disruptive. They make your life so much better, but your life will never be the same once you have a little fuzzy creature in your life. God, Claudia, you're too cute. I mean, you're far too cute. Well, I think I probably talked this topic to death, why you should not give pets as presents around the holidays or any other time, but Christmas is a typical time when people just lose their mind and do something silly like that. So let's address now the main topic of this video, which is why you should not adopt pets around the holidays. Even if they're not a gift, even if you really want a dog, you've discussed this with your family, you've made plans, you've budgeted it out, you've decided that you really want to go for a walk twice a day for the next 17 years with that puppy. Right, great. Don't do it around the holidays. Right. So the most important thing that a cat or a dog needs is structure in their life. All right? I know this sounds kind of funny because you might think it's love or food or, those are all important. But structure is what allows an animal to be a good pet. The most common reason why animals are surrendered to shelters is behavioral problems. That is by far the most common reason why animals are surrendered to shelters nowadays. A lot of behavioral issues can be preempted by simply communicating well with your pet and making them a part of your life. And the key to that is routine. They say that there is no second chance to make a first impression. And that is really, really true when you're introducing an animal to your household. When they first come to your house, the first couple days, whether it's a cat or a dog, whether it's a kitten or a puppy, they're really just trying to figure things out. They're trying to figure out who you are, where you fall in life compared to them. Are you their pack mate? Are you higher on a pecking order or lower pecking order? In case of cats, they're trying to figure out, are you part of their new family group, or are you just some rando that's going to be around for a bit and then disappears? And having a routine established really early on really helps with all that. And you'll forgive me that I'm looking to the side here, but Claudia's just hanging out. I don't know if she's on camera right now, but she's being super cute. Routine. So when you take a new pet into your household, what you want is to introduce them into the routine of your household. And as we all know, around the holidays, life is anything but routine, right? I mean, it's probably the most chaotic most of our lives get is around Christmas. You have Christmas parties, you're wrapping presents, you have friends over and family visiting, or you might want to go away to see somebody. You might not be home every night if you're going away to parties, or if you're doing little trips. You might have a tree it's not there the rest of the year. It's just a totally chaotic time most of our lives, and it's a wonderful bit of chaos to be thrown in the middle of winter. But it is not an ideal environment in which you introduce an animal, particularly a young animal like a puppy, because they, just like little kids, in the first couple of weeks of life, puppies are just little sponges. This is when they learn. And if you get that right, if you teach them how to be a good canine citizen when they're young, you're going to have an awesome pet that's problem-free for a long, long time. But by the same virtue, if you confuse the heck out of that puppy and they don't know which way's up, which way's down, or who's in charge or who's even in their family, you're just going to build anxiety. It's probably not going to make a really chill dog a problematic animal that howls every time you walk out of the room, but it will certainly make a slightly anxious dog, or one who's already prone to anxiety, much more likely to develop severe behavioral issues that will be a problem you have to deal with for the next 12 years. So I really feel this is underemphasized, just the value of routine when you're introducing a new animal to your house. Claudia, for example, she knows exactly which counters on the kitchen she can jump on. She can jump up on this one counter, traversing her way up to the fridge where she likes to hang out. And there's another counter that she's not permitted on, and she will never jump on that counter. I have no idea how she knows this. You see, cat counter, not cat counter. Cat. Cats are clever. They figure this stuff out, but they figure it out because we have routine. An animal introduced to your house around the holidays may see a bunch of humans that it'll never see again. They may not figure out who the pack leader is. And, pro tip, it should always be you. If the moment they get confused about this fact, the moment that a dog thinks that it has status in your pack, that's when you get all these behavioral issues ranging from aggression, food guarding, inappropriate urination, a lot of issues get triggered by this. The holidays are not a good time to adopt a cat or a dog or really any other animal. Wait until maybe a week or two into January when things have settled down, when you're back to your routine, and when you're ready to just do the same thing every day for a week or two because you've just gone through the holiday season and you're sick of seeing all your friends and family and worrying about presents. So wait till you have a really boring period in your life. And that's the ideal time to bring a new pet into your household. Because then not only can you give them the routine and stability they desire and crave, and that makes them feel safe and relaxed, because that is basically what routine does to animals. It lets them feel relaxed. They know what the score is. They know what's going on. They know how to fit into that family that they just got introduced in, and all goes smoothly. But it also gives you time to enjoy your new pet, to really focus on them, to have fun, to play, to figure out what their likes and dislikes are. This is a wonderful time, and you don't really need to do this around the holidays. It's a really, really exciting thing to do, to introduce a new pet to your household. So some practical tips for you, just to summarize this video. Get a pet when your life is boring, when you have routine, when you can introduce them into a stable home environment that has routines already established, and also really focus on the joy and fun and adventure of introducing a new pet to your household. And never, ever, 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 ever give a pet as a gift. Just don't. It's a terrible idea. And don't adopt pets around the holidays. Simple, right? So I feel this is a message that could stand to be shared. So please like this, forward this to your friends. Please subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to hit the little bell icon so you actually get updates. I have more veterinary specific videos coming up, and I also have a whole series of travel videos that I shot during my trip to Borneo. Just a lot of really cool animal interactions and beautiful sights that I can't wait to share with you guys. It's just that editing it has taken a little while. Check me out on Patreon, become a supporter, and you can feel good about helping me make these and reach out to people and educate people and make animals' lives better. Again, like, subscribe, have a wonderful holiday season. Just have a great time with your friends and family. That's what it's all really about, isn't it? And thank you very much for watching. I'll see you guys later.